In this video, we are going to review the last section from Design tab that is in Customize section, and it is Format Background option. By the help of Format Background and different options that are here, we can do the related settings to the background colors of our slides. Through right-click on the slide and clicking on Format Background option, we will be transferred to this menu again. So you have two ways to be transferred to this menu. One, by having right click on the slide and clicking on Format Background. Two, by selecting Format Background from the Design section. By the help of the options, you can regulate the background color of your slide, and the first and the most frequent option is Solid Fill, that each color you choose from Color section will be transferred to the background color, and if you click Apply to all, this color will be added to the background of your slides. Then by the help of Gradient Fill option, you can give a shade of color gradient to all your slides. What does gradient mean? It means that here we can choose two shades of color. For example, I select black as a first color and white as a second color. Gradient means that the black color turns into white mild shade with the directions and preset gradients that I use here. Now I selected gradient. In the preset gradients, you can choose some patterns that have already designed. Also in type section, you can use different types of gradients that you can see the preview in the section. You can select whatever you like, let it stay, and regulate the rest of settings in another parts. In the direction section, you can see the direction of your gradient, but the most important part in this section is gradient stops, which shows that this gradient starts with which color and ends into which color. That here the gradient is made in 4 different colors, which stops you don't like it, you can choose and click on Remove Gradient Stop, or you can click on it and hold your mouse down to delete the shade. Now we have 2 stops. At least you should have 2 stops here to change the color into another with a mild theme. In the color section, you can select your favorite color. For example, here I choose blue, and due to the direction of my gradient is from down to top, the chosen blue turn into white here. And by the help of position, transparency, and brightness option, you can regulate related settings to that color, like position, transparency, and brightness. Now that this color has been selected, if I want to change the place both, I can use by the help of position option, and I can pull the color to right or left and regulate the position. By the help of transparency, I can increase and decrease the level of glossiness, and by the help of brightness option, I can increase and decrease the level of brightness. That if the level of the brightness be on -100, the white color will turn to black. And if you want to remove all the settings, you can click on Reset Background option. The third option from Format Background is Picture or Texture Fill, which is a practical option, especially in the advanced part of PowerPoint, which I will explain. We use this a lot. When you choose a Picture and Texture Fill from Format Background section, you can give a different pattern to your background. If you select File menu, you can use your own pictures. You can select a picture and transfer it to the background of your slide. Or if there is a picture in your clipboard memory, now as you see in the home section, if I open the clipboard, you see that there is no photo in the memory of my clipboard. So from the insert, I select the picture and I press Ctrl X to be transferred to my clipboard memory. Now, in the Format Background section, in the picture and texture field. If I click on the clipboard option, the picture will be read by my clipboard memory and will be transferred to the background of my slide. Also, if you have access to the internet, you can click on Online. Select your favorite pictures and add it to the background of your slide. In Texture section, the PowerPoint gives you some ready-made patterns. You can use the one that you prefer, and in transparency, you can increase or decrease the level of glossiness of the pattern that you choose. And by the help of offset X and offset Y options, you can change the shape of your selected texture background. In the scale X and Y, you can change the position of the pattern. And another option that is in Fill section from Format Background is Pattern Fill. When you activate it, some patterns will be shown here that you can choose your favorite, and then in Foreground and Background section, you can choose the colors of foreground and background. And by the help of these, you can use some templates and use them as a background. And if you want to reset all the settings, click on Reset Background option. Let me say something for choosing background for your slides. Use the simple patterns in your background. If it wasn't simple, the audience will pay attention to the pattern. And the main reason of presentation is to pay attention to the content. In this way, the audience won't pay attention to the content. So, choose the simple colors to the background of your slide to transfer the information to the audience better. This was all about studying Format Background from Design tab, and this was the last video from Studying Design tab. And we studied all the options of Design tab, and in the next part we are going to study the Transition section. Thank you for being with me so far.